Well, today, if you didn't know, is Super Bowl Sunday. And next week, we will have the Big Cannon Bottle Drive. So as you're gathering with everyone for your big Super Bowl parties and it's all over, take out some babs, fill them up with all of the pop cans and bottles that you had all afternoon, and bring them here next week to the back building there. And the youth group will be a great fundraiser for them. We're doing it for years. It's always a success. You've always come through. So next weekend, back garage there, please bring your pop and kettle and cans. So, Super Bowl Sunday. Well, I've been here over 25 years, and I think you figured out that I like football. Yes, I do. And I have to say that in reflecting about football on this Super Bowl Sunday, it made me think that, if you really look at football, it's a great reflection of our faith. Seriously, follow me. Football has two parts: preparation and the game. The preparation is divided into two parts: individual preparation and group preparation. Individual preparation is all the work the individual athlete's done by getting up in the morning and getting to the weight room, or getting up in the morning and running the steps of the stadium, or whatever it takes to get themselves personally fit and ready to go. And then there's the group preparation, where the team meets and the different sections of the team, and the offensive line goes over things, the defensive line goes over things, receivers, and they all practice, and they practice together in their groups, and then the groups come together and they practice and they get ready for the game. Individual preparation, group preparation. Well, it's the same in our faith. We have two parts to our faith: preparation to do God's will and the actual doing of it. The preparation is prayer and receiving the Eucharist. That's preparation. That's how we prepare ourselves to live as Christians. Personally, I start every morning with an hour of prayer. I don't know how I would do it otherwise, because I know the day is going to have its challenges. But if I spend that hour in prayer before the Lord, I know that He will guide me, He'll protect me, and He'll give me some inkling of what to do. And so it is true with all of us. Our personal prayer is part of our preparation to be a Christian. The second part is communal with the whole group. That's what we're doing now at Mass. What we're doing now in hearing the Word and being edified by the Word of God, receiving the Eucharist, is the way that God strengthens us with His grace, strengthens us with His very self to prepare us to perform our tasks that we have to do outside those doors in a world that's very hostile to our Christian beliefs. So that's part one. Part two is the game itself. And the game has two parts to it: individual performance and group performance. Individual performance is, you're the left tackle and you have to make a block. You train, you practice, and you make the block. Or if, you're the safety and your job is to make sure no receiver gets behind you, and you make sure no receiver gets behind you. Something like that, That is how the individual performance. But then there's the group performance, because it is all interrelated. If you make your block, left tackle makes the right, then the running back has a hole to run through. If the safety keeps the receiver in front of him, that receiver is not going to have a big play. That's how it works. Same in our church. When we practice our faith, we practice individually and we practice this as a group. Individually, out in the world, what we say reflects our beliefs, our kindness, generosity, compassion, charity. These are the virtues that we're supposed to exercise as individual Christians. And then there is a group effort to it as well. We have a parish faith and community that we have to take care of. And we realize soon enough that we are in smaller communities and bigger communities, and that our actions aren't isolated, that they affect the people that we know. Because if the football left tackle fails to make the block, he not only messes up on his individual performance, but the running back won't have the hole to run through, and the team will suffer. If the safety lets the guy get behind him, they could give up a touchdown. But the whole team is going to suffer for it. A real good example is looking at it in terms of penalties. You know, if you saw 2 weeks ago when Ngannabig Sue busted through the LA line and sacked Matthew Stafford for a 20-yard loss. Remember, we saw that play? Everybody raise your hand, you saw that? Yeah, I saw that, right? And then what did Mr. Sue do? He stood there and screamed at him and taunted him, right? That's always been Sue's rap. He never knew when to shut up. Well, it's true. It's all the way to his Nebraska days. You can look at, and so here comes the flag, 15 yards, automatic first down. But here's the thing. Sue committed the foul. But it wasn't just Sue that had to march back 15 yards. The whole defense had to march back 15 yards. And in our faith life, it's the same way. When we commit a sin, it's not just we who are going to suffer for that sin, but it's all the people we're going to affect. Give an example. If someone drinks too much, can't control their liquor, the odds are really good that that person who's drinking, he's going to suffer for sure. But so is his family, so are his employees or people he works for. They're all going to suffer for this. Or if a person engages in gossip, they're committing a sin. But the damage they're doing to everyone around, their reputation's being ruined. See how that works? There is individual performance, communal performance. Individual responsibility, communal responsibility. And so, as we practice our faith, we realize that that old model that we must have gotten when we were in first or second grade, and they drew that heart on the blackboard, and for me, it was Sister Louis Mary, and she said, now when you sin, there's a little mark in your little heart here, and then when you get confession, you wipe it clean. That is a great model for a 6-year-old, but it's a terrible model for an adult. Because we got to realize it's never just me and God when we sin. It's me and God and everybody else we affected because we sin. Individual and communal. So, as we go forward to enjoy our Super Bowl time together, and you watch how the game goes, you can think about, it's not just that player does something dumb and hurt the whole team. You can think, that's true in faith life as well. And then when we think about how we affect other people in what we say and what we do, maybe we'll be less likely to do things that are sinful and more things that are in line with the teaching of the church. Now, I'd like to conclude by saying 2 things. Number 1, tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. And so for all you gentlemen who forgot, I'm happy to tell you that the dollar store is open all day. And the second thing I want to share with you is that I'm rooting like crazy for the Rams and Matt Stafford because Matt Stafford already lived through purgatory by playing for the Lions.